It is another beautiful night for Philippine basketball as we welcome you back to the 2022 MPBL playoffs.
One thing I learned is never choose your opponent kung sino yung manalo sa kanila kasi they have their own strengths and weaknesses. So it's a very tight battle right now. It's very physical. So maganda panoorin.
Baseline inbound, Gabo. They go to Villarias. He will drive. Python with some magic in the air.
Mula sa Luzon kahapon, dumayo naman tayo dito sa Mindanao, here in the City of Flowers, in the Sardines, capital of the Philippines, a beautiful Zamboanga City. Yesterday, we were all the way in Palayan City in Nueva Ecija to witness the first day of our MPBL North Division playoffs. Now, today, it's the first day of our South Division semifinals dito sa Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum here in the heart of Zamboanga City. Ced Ablaza scoring 13 points and 13 rebounds to vanquish the Bacoor City Strikers. Will be facing Jolo Mendoza and the rest of the Rizal Xentro Golden Coolers, who stunned the Sarangani Marlins in their own quarterfinal matchup. Later on, we have the Bacolod Bingo Plus going against the home squad, the Zamboanga Family Brand Sardines. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Javi Palanya, joined by Coach JV Gayoso. Coach, interesting matchups that we have here in the first day of our Southern Division semifinals. What are you expecting today? I'm sure a lot of fireworks will happen.
Unang-una, good evening sa inyong lahat. Batangas team totally not in chill tonight. They have a formidable defense facing the heroic efforts of the Rizal Golden Coolers. Etong Rizal Golden Coolers have been playing very well offense, unselfish basketball. You put the two together, great game sa ating unang game dito sa Zamboanga.
Tamang-tama yan. And to add to the greatness of our coverage, of course, we have the third member of our broadcast panel, Miss Mika Abisamis, bringing the action from courtside. Mika, how are you? Welcome to Zamboanga City.
You know, seeing the crowd, meeting the people, and having a taste of their food, I really regret not coming here earlier. But I also feel that it's just about the right time to watch the semifinals in this lovely city. Now for Batangas, we all know after that series against Bacoor that they're really tired, but they have a really deep lineup. Now for Rizal, they are young and excited. Kaya alam nyo, napaka-exciting talaga ng larong ito. Happy Coach JV.
Very interesting matchup definitely that we have for us. And interesting rin ang mga stories na maririnig natin kay Mika as the game progresses. Of course, we are live on One Sports Plus dito sa ating first game, and later on, we are gonna be live on 1PH. And of course, you can also catch us on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Dako naman tayo sa ating MPBL shoutouts to look at the action sa ating social media accounts. First off, we have Lialani Marquez Mani. All the best, Rizal Golden Coolers Centro Mall. May the force be with you all. May Star Wars reference pa.
Oo nga, sino kaya si Chewbacca doon?
Carla Paringit says, good luck Batangas Embassy Chill Doll. Ced Ablaza, obviously cheering for the top gun ng Batangas City Embassy Chill. Sabi naman ni Nelson Tobe, go MPBL, Liga ng bawat Pilipino. Good luck both teams. Neutral siya.
Neutral siya. At maganda naman, at least sumusuporta pa rin sa MPBL.
At si Gian Velarde naman, sabi niya, Rizal, mabuhay nation. So very makabayan ang team ng shoutout nito ni Gian Velarde. Of course, if you want to feature your social media comments, please use the hashtag MPBL Playoffs 2022. And before we delve into the previous games of these two teams, let's look at our updated playoff bracket. Of course, yesterday, nagsimula na nga ang ating North Division semifinals where Pasig City lost to the San Juan Knights in the first game. And in our main attraction, the home squad, the Rice Vanguards, one up over the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And dito naman, today, we'll be starting our South Division semifinals.
Oo nga, nakakagulat nga. You were in Nueva Ecija yesterday.
That's right.
Now you're here with me in Zamboanga.
So definitely a lot of excitement waiting for us today dito sa ating unang araw ng ating South Division semifinals. Let's discuss the previous game of the Batangas City Embassy Chill, where they were forced to play a Game 3 against the Bacoor City Strikers, which they eventually won 70-57. That was a matchup where Batangas really proved to everybody that they were worthy of coming through into the semifinals, and they really stamped their class, putting on that trademark defense na matagal na nating hindi nakikita sa kanila.
Oo, ang kagandahan ng ginawa ng Batangas, pinakita nila they did not win because of their offense. It was defense that led the way for this win. Here we see the stats. Field goal percentages, Bacoor 27%, 37 naman para sa Batangas. Matindi talaga ang depensang pinakita. Assist-wise, Batangas has more passes to each other, played unselfish basketball. Inside the paint, 24-12. And of course, bench scoring, lumalamang talaga ang Batangas with 39-23 favoring Batangas City.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned their defense. They outscored itong Bacoor City 21-9 in the third quarter. In terms of offense, 5 players scored at least 8 points galing sa Batangas City Embassy Chill. Now let's discuss the other team, the Rizal Xentro Golden Coolers. They survived the Sarangani Marlins in overtime dun sa kanilang quarterfinal matchup, and this was a game where Jolo Mendoza shone the brightest, but of course, the other guards also stepped up para sa Rizal Xentro Golden Coolers. Keanu Caballero was the one who sealed the game with 2 free throws in the end game, but Jolo Mendoza was the one who put it away with that jumper +1 to secure that victory para sa kanila.
Napakaganda nga ng nilalaro ng Rizal. That's why they do play great offense, 38% field goal shooting. Ito makikita natin points off of turnovers, 23 points ang nakukuha ng Rizal sa kanilang mga kalaban. Fast break points, 27 nakukuha compared to 15 from Sarangani, and bench scoring 32-25. But the real story here is that their offense overshadowed their defense. This Rizal team plays top defense as well. It's just that they have a lot of spectacular shooters who came in the clutch time against Sarangani.
Yeah, that's right. And even Rizal was down by as much as 14 points, but they roared back in the third quarter to be able to come back, force overtime, and eventually win that game. Let's talk about our player matchup for this first game dito sa Vitaliano Agan Sports Coliseum. Ced Ablaza versus Troy Malilin, 2 all-stars coming from Batangas and Zamboanga respectively. And this is a very interesting matchup because this is something like a teacher-student matchup where Ced Ablaza is the veteran and Troy Malilin playing his first season dito sa MPBL.
Tama ka doon, pero the aspect that they both have is that there's both silent assassins. Ito, average points ni Ced Ablaza 14.9, Troy naman has 9.7, field goal percentage halos pareho lang. Rebounding story, yun, medyo lumalabang si Ced Ablaza. And when it comes to assist, yun, pumapabor din dun sa ating veteranong player from Batangas.
Yeah, but the difference is Troy Malilin was not able to contribute much in their last game. Only shot 3 out of 13. Samantalang Ced Ablaza, as you mentioned earlier, was the player of the game. Right. 13 points and 13 rebounds to lead Batangas City. These two players are with Mika Abisamis. Go ahead, Mika.
Maraming salamat, and I am with the key players of this ball game, na si Ced Ablaza and Troy Malilin. Ced, unahin na kita. Alam ko mas pagod kayo, lalo na pagkatapos ng series sa Bacoor, ano? At ang kalaban nyo pa ngayon, fresh legs. How will you control their fast breaks?
Siguro, prepare namin yung defense namin sa kanila. Alam naman namin na mas bata sila. So, tsaka we're ready naman itong game na to. Tsaka nagpa-condition din naman kami. Kahit mas pagod kami, prepare naman kami this game.
Maraming salamat. Troy, mas nakapagpahinga nga kayo, mas meron kayong break, ano? Pero alam naman natin kung gaano kalalim ang lineup ng Batangas. Para sa'yo, what is most dangerous about them?
For me, ang pinaka-dangerous sa kanila is yung kanilang defense. And actually, lahat Kasi kaya sila nakatungtong dito sa semis dahil sa kanilang teamwork and sa offense and sa mga offensive rebounds ng bawat player sa kanila.
Maraming salamat and good luck to the both of you. Once again, that was Troy Malilin and Ced Ablaza. Now I turn you over to Richard Campos for the start of this ball game.
Buenas noches a todo. taquilla también kita otra vez. Más fuerza y más fuerte el de ato nuevo. Welcome to Game 1 of the best of 3 semis here at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum on the OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's MPBL 4th season, presented by Extreme. Live at the MPBL FB page, Signal Play, and One Sports Plus. Let's carry on first the starting five for Batangas City Embassy Chill. Playing as center number 43, Jexter Apinan. Power forward number 27, King Importante. Starting at guard number 23, MJ De La Virgen. Or make that the sniper de Mexico, Levi Hernandez. Small forward number 9, John Ray Villanueva. And at one guard number 10, Bueno Amigo, Estabana Southcombe Village, the mighty termite Rudy Linganay. Batangas City Embassy Chill is led by Jolo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Enrile. Team managers Jean Alabanza. Now the starting five for Rizal Golden Coolers Central Mall. Starting at guard number 19, Jolo Mendoza. Forward number 17, Alvin Capobres. And the other forward number 14, Troy Malilin. Center number 12, J-Boy Gob. Point guard number 11, Edgar Charcos. Rizal Golden Coolers Central Mall head coach is Jonathan Banal. His assistants are Don Uro, Dexter Rosales, James Ongpin, Waylon Nibaten, and Dan Vasquez. Team manager is Ange Azores with the team owner.
And here you are, the primary protagonists for this ball game. Batangas has Rudy Linganay, John Ray Villanueva at the guard position. Jexter Apinan is the man in the middle. Levi Hernandez, King Importante sa kabila naman. It's Edgar Charcos, Jolo Mendoza, J-Boy Gob, Troy Malilin, Alvin Capobres para kay Coach Jonathan Banal.
Alam mo, Javi, I just wanna, before the game starts, I am hoping J-Boy Gob shoots from the outside. That would actually open up that intense defense that Batangas just continues to be working on against their opponents.
Yeah, that's very interesting that you mentioned that, Coach. As Villanueva hits the first shot of the game from that right corner, he loves that corner shot. But going back to J-Boy Gob, he played 13 minutes, actually started that game against Sarangani, but had no stats whatsoever, did not even attempt any shot from the field, and more so from the three-point area.
Once again, full court pressure. Javi, ini-implement ng Batangas. Ayaw nila palampasin sa half court siguro itong Rizal because they know how strong the offense of Rizal is once they get to their front court.
And right away, a turnover para sa Golden Coolers, which brings another possession here for Batangas City. Importante from the perimeter. That's too strong. Tap goes to Villanueva. Oh, extra pass to Levi Hernandez. Kissing it off the glass. Hey, Coach, Batangas City, do you think that right now they are really laser focused? Linalabas na talaga nila yung kanilang totoong identity.
Well, nakaramdam sila ng talo. Ayaw na nila maramdaman. Coach Jolo Villanueva is just, there you go. He's really, put the shackles on every opponent they face. Rizal right now forced to call a timeout.
There you go. 5 points to begin the game para kay John Ray Villanueva. One shot from the corner and a layup off the turnover on the break. And here, another extra pass. So he affected all 7 points of Batangas City to begin this match, doing it on both ends of the floor. Itong si John Ray Villanueva. Timeout muna tayo dito. Coach Jonathan Banal would like to call a ceasefire. Coach Jolo Villanueva and the Batangas City Embassy Chill off to another hot start, reminiscent of their meeting during the regular season where they outscored Rizal 12-2 in the opening quarter during the first 5 minutes.
Oh, the thing I need to point out, look at the scoring percentages, 45% para sa Batangas, napakataas. They focused more on the shooting, both teams in that game. This time, you can tell Batangas has changed their channel and just focus now on defense.
Well, you know, Coach, Batangas, at the start of the season, yun nga yung identity nila. They were using their defense to fuel their offense. But there came a point in the regular season where they were trying to outshoot their opponents.
Oo nga, yung focus nga nila lumipa. Tama ka dun by mentioning that. And it's nice to see that they're back in that form that everybody was accustomed to, itong Batangas. You know, I don't care how good the offensive set plays are. If you cannot get it established on your front court, Batangas is gonna take the game.
And actually, Batangas, they perform better when they are on the break in transition offense, pushing the ball, getting it from turnovers compared to half-court sets.
Yes, tama ka dun, Javi.
Rizal, with possession, they have been having trouble keeping the basketball. Jolo Mendoza fires away from way out. That's a miss. Still no points on the board para sa Golden Coolers.
Right now, the tempo is being controlled by Batangas because of the pressure implemented on defense. And that's the reason why Rizal is forcing their shots, rushing their shots, just to prevent being harassed by a defender.
Oh, they're definitely being rough shot by this Batangas City defense. But the Green Shirts get a stop here. Capobres tries to drive inside the lane but was fouled on the crossover by King Importante.
You know, oftentimes, yung back in the day, but here we see that replay, kind of getting tripped. Itong si Capobres, Importante getting that call. You know, back in the day, when a team is playing excruciating, painful defense against you, the coaches would say, move that ball, pass that ball, stop dribbling, move that ball, because it's tougher to chase the ball than, than following a guy who's constantly dribbling.
And that's exactly what they're trying to force here. But Rizal previously was having trouble moving that basketball because of the heavy pressure defense. But this time they were able to move that basketball and get a shot off. The first 2 points on the board.
J-Boy Gob for the putback.
Finally scoring after being scoreless in their last game against Sarangani. Did not even attempt anything from the field. Has another foul given up by John Ray Villanueva. It's going to be his first personal. Rebound secured by Troy Malilin.
You know, Javi, the switch kasi to implement yung harassing defense must be mobile. You have to know the tempo. In that situation, Villanueva didn't have a chance at the ball. Instead, nabigyan siya ng foul by trying to steal that ball from Jolo Mendoza.
Looking at the pressure defense that Batangas City is implementing right now, Coach, have you ever had the chance of playing this kind of system or coaching this kind of system?
Well, I actually played against that kind of a system, and we just stopped dribbling and moved that ball around. But we would move, the people we would pass to are not standing. They're faking their teammates, their defenders, and trying to get themselves free.
Kasi nga ang sabi nila, more dribble, more mistake.
More dribble, more mistakes, at magagaling humagaw itong mga taga Batangas.
John Ray Villanueva failing to get to 7 points with that basket. Rizal stringing together a number of stops right now. Capobres attacking Hernandez. Way off. Apinan pushing it. Hooks it to Lingana. Rudy, the hometown hero, gets his first 2 points.
Frustrating situation, and that's why I advise both teams actually, to keep their composure, because yung binibigay ng Batangas sa Rizal, nakaka-tense talaga. And you can tell from the movements of itong Rizal on their offense.
All right, now Alvin Capobres able to let go of the tense situation and get 2 points finally. 6 points para sa Rizal, 9 para sa Batangas. Importante. Trying to look for a teammate. Hands it off to Hernandez. Being defended by Malilin. 5 on the shot clock. Levy. Corner pass. Linganay for 3. Capobres gets the board. Mendoza. He will set up the offense here. Apinan meets him at the left corner. Mendoza, that's a missed goal. The offensive rebound. One fake, kisses it off the glass and gets the roll.
Great effort for J-Boy Gob. Great that he's rewarded for that effort. And he's going to be a big factor. He has to just stay outside, receive a pass, and shoot the 3 or come and get those second chance opportunities.
2 baskets already for J-Boy Gob in this game. But you said, Coach, you want to see him shoot from the outside to try and give a different dimension on defense para sa Batangas City as Hernandez all net on that jumper.
Well, actually, J-Boy Gob and all the other big men of Rizal, they'll be the ones to open the defense, bring that big man of Batangas out of that painted area.
He was blocked right there in another attempt inside the paint. This time, Apinan goes up for the layup and misses. Rizal on the counter. Capobres, extra pass. Malilin. Oh, barely gets it in.
Oh, I thought he had that easily.
And just like that, it's now a 1-point lead para sa Batangas. 11-10. Let's turn you over to Mika Abisamis. Go ahead, Mix.
One thing I like about this matchup is the spirit of both coaches, and Coach Jolo Mendoza and Coach Tan Banal. Both have made a mark in collegiate basketball, so both have a huge sense of loyalty and strong team camaraderie. For Rizal, no injured players, all healthy, which they lift up to the Lord. They had the 2-day active rest. They were able to scout Batangas really well, given they had more time. But they also know what Batangas can do, especially their defense to offense, their pressure defense, leading to points of turnovers. So Rizal really prepared for this. Now for Batangas, they had a grind-out series with Bacoor. They're tired but ready to compete. Coach Cholo said, seeing Rizal from the eliminations, you know they were moving in the right direction. That's why they are here at this stage of the tournament. For Batangas, Jeric Villanueva has a knee sprain, so we won't be seeing him today. JC Asuncion, Jem Cruz, and Ras Olivares all with injuries. Have you, Coach JV?
Thank you so much for that report, Mix. Beautiful piece right there. And good that you pointed out, Mika. Ang ganda ng coaching matchup na meron natin ngayon because Coach Jonathan Banal and Coach Cholo Villanueva, great collegiate players in their own right. Coach Cholo playing for De La Salle University and Coach Tantan Banal for Mapua.
Well, maganda talaga ang matchup, and that's why we mentioned, 5 points there by Malilim. 9 points for Levy Hernandez. Maganda talaga ang matchup because great offense playing a team that has intense defense in Batangas. Napakagandang tingnan. Everything becomes unpredictable.
But right now, Rizal, they're able to keep up right now with the intensity that the white shirts are bringing in this game. Now let's take a look at this 3-point shot by Sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez, putting it in, but answering back was the big man out of Ateneo, Troy Malilin. We see the entry of Jong Valoria, his first appearance in this game. Another great two-way player and a member of the Elite 1,000-point club dito sa MPBL.
Oh, the masked man, Mark Benitez, also coming into the ball game.
Ablaza hands it off to Valoria. That's way off on his first attempt from downtown.
Alam mo, the difference between the previous game of Batangas is that the big men of Bacoor did not have outside sniping. And that's the reason why this is going to be a big factor for the big men of Rizal. They really need to open that defense of Batangas, and these big men need to take those outside shots.
But also pointing it out for Batangas City, Coach, is that these big men, the front line of Coach Cholo Villanueva, they are very mobile bigs who can move their feet and defend from the perimeter all the way out to the three-point area.
Yes, they can talaga at napakaganda. And that's the reason why they put full court pressure from start to finish of the possession of their opponents.
Traveling violation was called there against Troy Malilin. And right now, we're seeing a very tight game compared to the start of this match where Batangas was looking to dominate and outscore their opponents early on, just like what happened in their first meeting. But the turnover story there on your screens, 4 already for the Golden Coolers.
Oo, napakarami. And thanks to the defense and harassment of itong Batangas team.
But we have to remind our viewers, especially for those who just tuned in, that those 4 turnovers happened in the first few minutes of our match, and Rizal has done better since then.
Oo nga, nakakapag-adjust. Tumawag, nung lumamang ng 5-0 ang Batangas, tumawag agad ng timeout itong si Coach Banal, no? And that's the reason why everybody settled down. It's just reminding everybody they expected this, and they just moved on.
1 minute and 23 remaining in the opening frame. Benitez being pressured by Ablaza. Serrano is asking for it. Benitez forces it up. Rebound ends up with Serrano. Fresh 14 here for the green shirts. Mendoza gets the roadblock from Jeric. Floater by Jolo off the mark. Shot clock does not reset. 4 on the 24. Caballero, one-hander. Rebound, Ochea. Oh, helter-skelter basketball by both squads. Little hesitation. Yanu could not finish. And Cruz will be fouled by Jordan Rios.
Well, Jordan Rios and Caballero are 2 guys who actually are great at harassing people as well. So talagang tit for tat ngayon ang laban. Yung unit na sa loob para sa dalawang kupunan natin, makukulit talaga ang mga kamay nito, Javi.
Here's a great move and the escape by Yano Caballero, although wasn't able to finish with a basket on that play. 40 seconds remaining in the first. Ablaza trying to get Valoria to pop out. Cruz, hand off to De La Virgen. MJ back to Mark. Perimeter J doesn't work. Tap for the ball ends up with Serrano.
Great hustle by Serrano.
Shot clock is now off. Rizal could go for the final possession of the first quarter. 8 seconds. Caballero working on Valoria. Handoff, Rios. That's a swipe by Valoria. No time left on the clock for Batangas to get off a decent shot at the basket, and that marks the end of quarter number 1 here sa Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum dito sa Zamboanga City. This is the first game. Coach, your thoughts on that opening quarter?
Well, the opening quarter, nakita natin yung ini-expect natin talaga from Batangas, causing a lot of problems for Rizal. The sad part about it is, gumanda na ang ball rotation on offense ng Rizal, kaya medyo dumikit sila. But the latter part, medyo naharas ulit. They need to make those adjustments again. Ang possession story natin, 7 of 13 possessions from Batangas, nakascore sila out. 6 out of 15 possessions naman, Rizal was able to score. And that's the reason why itong team natin, Batangas, is up by 3 points.
16-13 is the score at the end of 1 second quarter when we return. Here are the numbers of these 2 squads in this season, Batangas City and the Rizal Golden Coolers. What stands out to you the most, Coach?
Well, for me, it's the points allowed, you know, and that's why makita natin Batangas talaga number 1 when it comes to allowing opponents to score, pati rebounding, tangay talaga ng Batangas. That's how formidable this team is. The intangibles is what they really do. And that shows they've got great defense. And they're not just a small group, but the entire members of the team can play all-out hustle defense.
First quarter field goal story on your screen. 7 out of 20 for Batangas, 6 out of 16 para sa Golden Coolers. Baloria with the shot clock winding down. That's off to the right. Oh, good box out by Ochea. Jong. Oh, finally gets an opening inside and gets 2 points.
Standing defense. First time I saw bad defense there by Rizal. They actually played great defense. Nakuha lang ulit ng Batangas. But you see, makikita natin, Batangas is not allowing Rizal to set their offense. And that's what Rizal needs to do as well against itong Batangas team.
And we were talking off-air, Coach, how Keanu Caballero stopped moving the basketball. That's why they have had a hard time getting offense at the end of that first quarter.
Well, tough to beat talaga once you rotate that ball. Tough to follow the ball kasi ang bilis ng ikot ng bola. And he has to pass before making all those extra moves. And then he will be more effective.
Caldozo got the step on Baloria. Rios in and out on the three-pointer.
Feeling sad for him. Ilang beses yan. He's open. They allow him to shoot. Hindi sila nire-respeto. Let him continue shooting. Yan lang ang advice ko. Because one day, darating at darating din yan.
Rios was 0 out of 2 from downtown in that last game against Sarangani. Ochea, switches hands in midair and converts the 2 points.
And there we see another meltdown, I guess, ng defense ng Rizal. They start out really well. The first, second, and third effort is fine, but you have to go all out until you stop and get that ball back from Batangas.
The individual defense of the Golden Coolers have been tested time and time again at the start of this game. And do you think, Coach, that because Rizal is forced into a lot of energy on defense, napapagod na yung mga main guns sila. And Coach Jonathan Banal doesn't really have the deeper rotation compared to Coach Jolo Villanueva.
Tama ka, like what you pointed out, hindi nga sila deep bench. And that's the reason why for them to maintain yung kanilang energy, pass that ball around. And do not try to penetrate 1 against 2, 1 against 3 against this defense of Batangas.
We bring in this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Own the win, Don Ochea owning the defense of Rizal on that play. Score is 20-13. Almost 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Here we see another Caballero tiring himself to try to dribble. Mark Benitez. Ooh.
Miss on that three-pointer. That's just one pass on the Rizal offense in the miss. Cruz, elbow area here, defended by Benitez. De La Virgen gets the screen. Extra pass. Cruz with the 2 points.
And there you see they just never stop. And the defense has to really move. More active ang kamay dapat ng Rizal Golden Coolers. But you see, ito naman ang history ng Golden Coolers. You know, they play several games. They play several games. Maybe they lose, and then they recover. And that's how they were able to enter this second round of the playoffs.
Here you see that previous offensive play. Great setup by MJ De La Virgen, who has been playing splendidly para sa Batangas City. Had quality minutes, 18 minutes in that game against Bacoor and scored 8 points.
And De La Virgen, you can't even really say na coming off the bench, second unit type of a player because the number he puts, it's like he's a starter. So there's no such thing as second unit for him.
Also had 3 assists in that game. That free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Timeout called here this time by Coach Jolo Villanueva in the Batangas City Embassy Chill. We'll be right back. Levy Hernandez, high expectations and delivering the results. 13.7 points per game, 42.7% from the field. Itong si Levy Hernandez had 10 points in that clincher against the Strikers.
At kung may oras pa tayo, makikita natin that Levy Hernandez plays top defense. Ito ngayon, 9 points, 4 of 7 shooting para sa kanya. You know, Javi, one thing I noticed right now, yung old school mentality ni Coach Jolo Villanueva. Nung panahon namin, sinasabi, do not let the referees decide. We control the game, tambakan na natin para ang panalo natin, kontrolado natin.
Exactly, that's what they really say naman. Control what you can control and let the outside factors deal with itself. Let's turn you over to Mika Abisamis.
Alam niyo bang dating volleyball player pala ito si Levy Hernandez, kaya ganyan na lang kataas ang talon niya dito sa MPBL. Pero sabi din niya sa akin kanina, grabe ang puso nitong Rizal, nakakatakot. Yung pinakita nila against Sarangani, napansin agad dito sa tournament, kaya talagang kaya pa rin nila kami talunin. So pukpukan dapat sa defense dito at mukhang nag-work naman yan para sa Batangas ngayon. Happy, Coach JD.
Thank you so much for that report, Mika. And Coach Jolo Villanueva is no stranger sa puso gaming, ika nga, because he too played on a team that had a lot of heart in college, the De La Salle Green Archers.
Oo, the Archers at that time, oo nga, napakalakas din talaga. At nakikita ko nga, yung intensity ng kanyang team doon, nagra-rub off na galing sa kanya. Ced Ablaza with a 3.
Specialty of the house from the all-star out of Batangas City, Cedric Ablaza. Victoria tries to answer, but that doesn't work. Batangas on the counter. De La Virgen left wide open. He did that in Batangas City on their home floor against the Strikers. He was left wide open and knocked down that three-point shot. Many people forget that MJ De La Virgen is also a known scorer.
Oh, and aside from that, they also don't forget that when they run down on transition defense, naiiwan talaga yung taong may bola sa ibabaw. This time, pumapabor kay De La Virgen because he also is a great outside shooter.
And that's a basic basketball IQ that you're supposed to stop the ball in transition.
Yes, which is what Batangas is doing. I like what you're pointing out because exactly what Batangas is doing. Pagtangan pa lang ng Rizal, pinahihirapan na. Allowing Rizal few seconds remaining sa kanilang shot clock to make a good shot.
And sometimes it all boils down to just mastering the basics in executing that on the court more than just trying to do stuff that are more complicated.
More complicated talaga. You know, an advice for players watching, the best way to beat this defense is prevent them from setting up their defense. And how do you do that? Run the fast break. Once you get that rebound, everybody has to run. And that will create mismatches on the offensive end.
The running also doesn't mean that you just run away with the ball. You also have to move it.
You have to move, make extra passing. Hindi, do not beat the press by dribbling. You have to pass that ball and everybody has to run.
Valoria gets a breather right now on the bench in favor of Sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez. Victoria at the controls here for Rizal. Decides to attack, takes it for himself and gets the deuce.
I like what he did. Victoria going strong to the basket, but I would have preferred that he would bump someone and probably get himself on the line with an extra shot.
Victoria only had 5 points, surprisingly, in that game against Sarangani. Ablaza hit one there from earlier. Gob gets the rebound. 25-17, 8-point advantage para sa Batangas City. Gob just couldn't handle the pass.
Scary situation. Every time the ball is turned over, itong Batangas nakakapag-capitalize. Here in this bit of action, they get second chance opportunity pa.
9 seconds on the 24 for Batangas. Ablaza passes up on the 3, goes to Ochea on the back door. Don misses. That's another offensive rebound, courtesy of Mark Cruz. Substitutions each from both teams, but here is the offensive rebound, just swatted away there by Alvin Capobres.
Great timing on the block by Capobres.
Baseline inbound para sa Batangas. Apinan, the handoff to Levy. Little trouble right there. Are able to recover. Rudy, off-balance jumper. That's another offensive board. Apinan out to Hernandez, off to the right. Crashing the glass. The name of the game in the past 3 or 4 possessions para sa Batangas City.
Well, Rizal is actually just standing after a shot is made, while the 4 other remaining guys of Batangas who did not take the shot are just perpetually moving to find an opportunity to get that loose ball.
And you would think that Rizal, being the younger squad, would be the ones more active on the offensive glass, or the defensive glass rather, for their part. That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Kaso Javi, kailangan mo din intindihin, no, yung experience-wise ng Batangas players. They know that after a shot, there is still a chance na magmi-miss at makukuha pa ng putback.
It just goes to show that it doesn't really take age to be able to display that much energy and effort in going for those rebounds.
Oo nga, pero magandang learning point ito para sa Rizal. Why? They're gonna face Batangas again. They'll know better for sure kasi pag-aaralan nila ito.
This is the first game of a best of 3 semifinal series here in the Southern Division. Victoria out to Capobres, airballs that jumper.
And that's what intense defense does. Pag nakatanggap ka at malibre ka to take a shot, natural instinct mo is to take a rushed shot kasi hahabulin ka talaga ng depensa eh.
Fernandez posting up Capobres. Excellent pass down low. Cruz lurking once again on that baseline. 4 puntos na for Mark Cruz. Bienes, one fake. Forced it to a bind. They swing it. Victoria from downtown kisses it off the glass.
Well, I'll take it any way it comes. 5 points for Victoria.
Back is open at 7:12 p.m.
Oo nga, iba pala bangko dito sa Zamboanga, no?
29-20 is the score. 2 minutes and 37 remaining in the first half. Hernandez flares out. He left that follow through. He knew it was going in.
Yes. Prior to that, 12 points for Levy Hernandez. But prior to that, you know, what I'll say is sadly obvious that etong Rizal is reacting after the pass to a player. Habang Batangas on their defense is preventing things from happening. And they're, you know, anticipating a pass going to someone and they're blocking the passing lanes, which is giving Rizal a tough time on offense.
Hernandez missing on that jumper from the short corner. Golden Coolers don't have the numbers, but they will force the issue and they get a foul. Capobres drawing it against the defense of Batangas City.
Sumasawbay ngayon ang Rizal sa alon ng Batangas.
So you're saying they're riding the wave?
They're riding the wave. Diba? Ganun nga, makikita mo ang tempo na nagdadala yung Batangas team eh. Because we enjoyed watching Rizal, seeing them set their offense. Right now, they're rushing everything.
Capobres, our guest at the charity stripe, missing on the first shot. Capobres has had a couple of baskets in this game, but has ultimately struggled from the field. 32-20 is the count. Bakers doesn't lead for Batangas City. 0 out of 2 para kay Alvin Capobres. Not your best free throw shooter despite averaging a lot of attempts at the free throw line per game.
Oo nga, magaling siya to put himself in that situation na magpe-free throw. It's just that he doesn't get to put it in.
Hernandez, one fake, couple of dribbles, importante. The pass eventually ends up with Villanueva. Doesn't get the bounce, and Capobres gets the defensive rebound.
And as soon as they get that rebound, nandun na ang Batangas players harassing, preventing an outlet pass.
Not just one player, but two. Para sa Batangas City trying to force another turnover laban dito sa Rizal.
And it's not a designated player or players. Kung sino ang pinakamalapit, yun na ang dalawa mag-aharas.
Charcos rather could not handle the pass. That's another giveaway by the green shirts. 1 minute and change remaining here.
Sorry, Hab, here we see itong Batangas capable of just setting their place.
Gonzalez, that's his first attempt of the game. Capobres driving left, forced to pull it back. Oh, 3 Batangas City players trying to force a steal against Alvin Capobres.
You play against one, suddenly 2 other guys are just there clamping down on you. Very tough to move. Once you're trying to defeat 1 or 2 other guys, you have to move that ball.
That's right, numerous dribbles producing a lot of mistakes by the Rizal Golden Coolers in this game. 41.2 seconds ang nalalabi sa ating first half. You're looking at Anita Cao, Family Brand Sardines team owner. Of course, thank you so much for supporting the MPBL and for allowing your team to play dito sa ating Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
Good evening po sa inyo, Madam. And kay Dr. Junjun Cao, good evening. Isa sa mga batchmates ko. Way back in Ateneo.
Talking about your batchmates, Coach, nagpapabati si Coach Joey Mendoza.
Oy!
Ang iyong dating Philip Sardines teammate.
Oo!
Sabi niya, chick boy ka raw dati nung araw.
Wow! Ibubuking kita, Coach Joey, ha?
Mendoza for 3. That's a miss. Another attempt from way out. Not able to connect itong si Jolo.
Alam mo, may story ako kay Coach Joey Mendoza. Kailangan ko lang banggitin. Nakalimutan niya sapatos niya. Ang gamit niya, K-Swiss yata or those Tretor niya yata or K-Swiss para sa laro. And he was the best player of the game.
Really?
Yes.
I don't believe that anybody would be a best player wearing K-Swiss or Tretor.
Yun lang.
Pareho pang lakad yun
Oo, kasi naiwan niya yung basketball shoes niya. Mag-comment ka, Coach Joey, paramdam mo. I remember that game. He played a great game.
Ablaza trooping to the line here with 10.4 seconds remaining sa ating first half. Makes the first. Cedric Ablaza was the best player of the game against the Bacoor City Strikers. 13 points in 13 rebounds, 4 out of 7 from the free throw line.
Immediately, everybody from Batangas telling each other, oh, mukhang magpo-full court press. Parang choke ang nilalagay nila. Siguro hindi nila tinuloy dahil hindi pumasok ang free throw. Na-jinx natin.
4 seconds remaining. Charcos has to make a decision. And strong arms that one-hander from the left wing. That marks the end of quarter number 2 dito sa ating unang laro at the Vitaliano Agan Coliseum here in Zamboanga City.
I want to point out, we've been mentioning that Rizal needs to move that ball. Very difficult to do. But it takes 2 to 3 guys to actually rotate that ball because everybody has to run when the ball is being passed. Hindi lang yung nakatayo. Because pag nakatayo ka, hindi ka moving target sa depensa.
So far, Batangas City controlling the pace here. The question is, can Rizal respond in the third and fourth quarters? 33 to 20 is the score at the half. We'll be back with your halftime analysis.
at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum here in Zamboanga for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis and I'm with two very important people, Miss Angie Azores, Team Manager of Rizal, and of course Ced Ablaza, Team Manager of Batangas. Ladies first, ma'am, let's reiterate how proud of a moment this is for Rizal and of course for you that you are in the semifinals.
Yes, this is another reset and refocus game. So we've come this far and we want to enjoy each and every experience, of course, without compromising our goals pa rin for the semifinals. And ayun nga, we are very thankful to our ever-supportive team owners, our ever-supportive LGUs, our families, of course. And syempre, yung mga players namin and the coaches, kudos to their very hardworking mentality naman.
And ma'am, ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa fans naman ng Rizal?
First of all, we would like to thank the Zamboangueños who's here right now at the Coliseum. And of course, the Xentro Malls, Golden Coolers, the Rizal Province LGU, CD14 for our jerseys, our families, our friends, and our supporters. Thank you so much for being very supportive to the Rizal Xentro Mall Golden Coolers.
Thank you very much, Miss Angie Azores. Sir Jean, that was a grind-out series against Bacoor, but the players don't look tired at all.
I think the credit goes to the coaches and our trainers for preparing our players because we know how difficult it's going to be moving forward in the playoffs.
Sir, do you want to thank anyone? Greet your fans?
I'd like to thank our LGU partners, Mayor Beverly Di Macuja and Congressman Marvin Marino, and of course all our fans from Batangas City.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was Sir Jean Alabanza, Team Manager of Batangas, and of course, Miss Angie Azores, Team Manager of Rizal. O ito naman, mga ka-MPBL Kaliga fans. Alam kong ito na ang pinaka-aantayin nyo dahil dito natin makikita ang lahat ng mga pinapasok nyong shoutouts dyan sa ating hashtag na MPBL Playoffs 2022. Ay nako, ito na nga, si Reniel Alcantara Arteta. Good luck, Team Batangas, and pa-shoutout na din po. Hello sa'yo, Reniel. Sana ay nasisiyahan ka sa ating laro. Eto naman si Caleb Guevara. Let's go, Batangas Embassy Chill. Naku, mukhang hindi chill ang fans itong Batangas. Very active sila dito sa ating shoutout corner. At eto naman si Zen Tiamsim Reyes. Love you, importante. Importante, good luck. Nako, big words. Mahal daw niya etong si Importante. At ito naman si Abiao Dondon. Kahit sabihin number 2 ang Batangas dito, pwede silang masilat. Kaya talagang itong patong Rizal Coolers, mabilis at malaki. Nako, totoo kayo dyan. Talaga nga namang nakita natin ang series ng Rizal versus Sarangani at talaga namang pwede nilang masilat itong larong ito. Kaya kayo, kung meron kayong mga shoutout, suggestions at comments, ipadala nyo lang dyan sa MPBL Playoffs 2022. Magbabalik po ang OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
at the half here at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum at the heart of Zamboanga City. Halftime between the Rizal Xentro Mall Golden Coolers and the Batangas City Embassy Chill. Some highlights from the first 20 minutes of action. Batangas City looked to be dominating that first few minutes, led 7-0 courtesy of baskets by John Ray Villanueva, but then Rizal was able to storm back and then finish the first quarter just behind by 3 points.
Well, laking bagay talaga yung different focus on defense. Rizal Golden Coolers were playing defense. Batangas was preventing the Rizal from their offense. Totally different focus, which means Batangas is controlling the offense of the Rizal Golden Coolers, and that's the reason why they're up.
And in the second quarter naman, Batangas City once again restored order and was able to establish a double-digit lead once again to end the first half up by 13 points.
And they weren't really doing anything spectacular on the offensive end itong Batangas. It's just that they stopped Rizal oftentimes and were able to convert every time they got the ball.
And we pointed that out earlier that the depth of Batangas City has been on full display here because Rizal has been having trouble keeping up with the energy of Batangas City on both ends of the floor.
Oo nga. Ito makikita natin ng stats, Javi. 33% field goal shooting. 13 of 39 habang 8 of 28 lang, which you pointed out. Ang bilis mong makita yung discrepancy on the offensive end. Assist-wise, ito naman Batangas, which we actually thought Rizal would be the one passing that ball. But like I said, Batangas is preventing Rizal from setting up their offense. Offensive rebounding, ito 28 to 20, favoring Batangas. And turnover situation, 7 sa Rizal, 3 pa lang sa Batangas. Points of turnovers, 6 nakukuha ng Batangas at 2 pa lang ng Rizal. So great transition defense there by the Batangas team.
You would think that the way Batangas City is playing defense, Rizal would be committing more than 7 turnovers when we were even surprised to see that kind of number in the stat sheet. But then again, Batangas still up by 13 points because they are limiting the offensive production of the Golden Coolers. Leading scorers here on your screens. Sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez leading everyone with 12 points. John Ray Villanueva has 5. Linganay and Ablaza have 4 apiece. Sa kabila naman, 5-5 for Victoria Malilin. 4-4 para kay J-Boy Gob and Alvin Capobres.
Well, it's really tough to get a shot off para sa Rizal. I hope they find a way to, to get through this defense. Kailangan talaga hanapan ng butas. Mahirap man gawin, pero everybody has to have a collective effort to get past this Batangas, strenuous Batangas defense.
Yeah, nobody is shooting more than 2 makes from the field galing dito sa Rizal Golden Coolers. And Coach, we were talking about moving the ball, that people might have the wrong notion about that kind of term dito sa basketball. What can you say about moving the ball?
Well, moving the ball demands that the players are also running. You cannot just stand still because pag nakatayo ka, yung defense ay gumagalaw. Mas may pag-asang agawin. So you need to run forward. And that starts off of a defensive rebound. Takbuhan na. You cannot also allow yung defense ng Batangas na mag-set up. So, it takes 2 to 3 guys to get that ball moving by running.
So, ball movement just does not entail just ball movement. It also entails man movement.
Man movement. Kita mo, ito, Malilimos dribbling the ball. Nakapag-set up tuloy ang depensa ng Batangas.
But he finds himself open down low against the defense of Batangas City in that interior. He was able to draw a foul on their first possession of the second half.
The very big word on defense is challenging. When you challenge every shot, challenging the receiver from receiving a pass, all this will add up, favoring you on defense.
Let's turn you over now to Mika Abisamis for her first report of the second half.
For Coach Tan Banal, sabi niya, out-rebounded kami, kulang kami sa offensive rebound, and ang turnovers, kailangan ayusin na napag-usapan nyo nga kanina. But he also said, nadudulas kami, pero nadudulas din naman sila. So he reminded the players that you are supposed to have fresher legs. And speaking of which, the team had myotherapy to treat their muscle tightness and electrotherapy to reduce pain. Para sa mga hindi nakakaalam, tanungin natin ng mga basketball players, ano ba ang mga ito, Javi, Coach James?
Myotherapy, Coach. Have you ever experienced myotherapy?
No, I can't say I have. Parang di pa yata sa panahon namin kasi pumunta ka lang sa Los Baños, magbabad ka rin sa hot water, sa hot spring, or sa dagat ka pupunta.
Myotherapy, I believe, is some form of therapy to help yun nga, with your muscle soreness and relieve the tightness sa iyong mga tendons at sa iyong mga muscles. And usually may mga machines na ginagamit yan. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Because hindi naman kasi ako masyadong star player nung araw, kaya hindi naman ako masyadong tinitreat ng mga PT.
Ako hindi naman ako masyado na-i-injure kasi tinatamad akong tumakbo. So,
pareho lang pala tayo. 36-21, 15-point lead now para sa Batangas City. Apinan trying to increase that amount, and he is fouled by another lefty. That's Jeric Serrano.
Well, Serrano, I think, got caught. Nagkaroon ng contact sa katawan because I didn't see any contact sa extension ng kanyang arm to block that shot.
There might have been body contact.
Oo.
That free throw by Jexter Apinan is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Jexter Apinan, not really your best free throw shooter para sa Batangas City. If there is a knock or two on his game, that is definitely one of them, free throw shooting.
Oo, at pagka pumasok naman ang tira, all air on that attempt.
1 out of 2, at least that's a split on the line. That's better result than most of the times he goes to the line. Itong si Jexter Apinan. 16-point lead, 37-21. Advantage Batangas. Malilin is joined by Edgar Charcos, Jeric Serrano, Jolo Mendoza, and Alvin Capobres. Capobres finally gets one up and in.
6 points for Capobres. One of the few times na pinayagan ng Batangas na makalayap ng player ng Rizal. That easy, unchallenged.
Linganay working on Charcos. Gets it back. Floater short. Malilin taps it to Mendoza. Jolo, hesitation. Gets the bump. Hoists it up. And draws a foul.
Alam mo, 1 point at a time. Entails 1 possession at a time. Make stops para sa Rizal. Itong against Batangas and try to score.
Here's the previous offensive set, which was made possible by the handoff of Malilin. Getting it to Capobres for that floater. Mendoza still scoreless in this game. 0 out of 4 from the field. First attempt from the line.
Talagang pinahihirapan si Jolo ngayon ng kanyang mga kalaban.
Split at the line para sa kanya, just like what happened to Apinan. I would like to take this opportunity to greet a happy birthday to Jolo's sister, si Julia Mendoza. Baka yan ang magbigay buenas para sa kanya dito sa laro na to.
Yun. Wow, great D. Sorry miss by Linganay, but nakuha pa ang offensive rebound.
And Hernandez gets another three-pointer. 15 points already in this game para kay Levy Hernandez.
Well, actually, tama lang na 3-pointer yun because ihahati natin yung kay Linganay at kay Apinan. And Levy finishing off with the 3, but there you see Malilin scoring again.
Malilin trying to assert himself down low para sa Rizal. He wants to make up for his paltry performance in their last game against Sarangani, where he went just 3 out of 13. He is, after all, an all-star para sa Golden Coolers. Linganay to Hernandez. Oh, and picked everybody off. Gets his own miss. It gets the putback. What a superb offensive game he is having.
And that's what we've been mentioning even in the start of this game. Humihinto ang Rizal. They cannot stop playing D until they get that ball. Because Batangas is not stopping until they get a turnover happening against Rizal.
And that's what coaches always say. You have to play good defense until the very end of the offensive possession. And Levy Hernandez just capitalizing on the numerous miscues of Rizal in this game.
Ako shoutout para kay Coach Dexter Rosales because I'm pretty sure yan ang tatrabaho sa pag-scout nito ulit. And you know, I know his basketball mind, basketball common sense will work best once he sees things happening to make adjustments for the next game.
At ang ganda nga ng naging combination ng Rizal dito sa coaching staff nila because Coach Tatan Banal and Coach Dexter Rosales were teammates in high school with the FEU Baby Tamaraws kung saan ang coach nila ay si Coach Putit Rivera.
Yes, isa pa yun. They played for him, di ba?
Yes, that's right.
Coach Putit.
Together with Mark Lopez, Soc Rivera. That was a very powerhouse high school team back in the day. 42-28, 14-point advantage para sa Batangas City. It has been a struggle to say the least para sa Rizal in this third quarter. Ablaza, the kick, Hernandez, Capobres was up in his grill. Ablaza, another offensive rebound for Batangas City. Cruz, that's another guy who has been hot from the field in this game.
Well, possession after possession na bibigyan ng second chance opportunities. Papabor talaga sa'yo ang score, ang laban. So Rizal really not only should worry about their offense, even more on their defense.
11-8 ang ating tala dito sa ating ikatlong yugto as Charcos ties that count 11-all and back to a 13-point lead, 44-31. Linganay now bringing it up. Hands it off to Ablaza. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Rudy attacking Serrano. Goes to the cutting Cruz. Ablaza thinking twice. Puts the ball on the deck. Picks up his dribble. Linganay with 2 on the shot clock. That goes through. 3-pointer para sa Batangas City courtesy of Rudy Linganay.
Well, 10 points. Wala nang pressure kasi. Wala nang pressure ngayon ng Batangas. They just rotate that ball, wait for an opening to happen, and they're scoring at will right now itong Batangas team.
Almost a turnover right there. Tapped out of bounds. It's going to be a baseline throw-in para sa Rizal. Let's take a look at this 3-point shot by a hometown hero, Rudy Linganay. That 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
And that 3-point shot occurred after several passes by the Batangas team, which meant that Rizal was actually playing good defense. But at the end of the day, Linganay hits a 3.
That has been the story of the game on offense para sa Batangas City. They are making the Rizal defense work.
Yes. Tonight, they have to talaga.
Ablaza, he loves that spot. A little too strong on that attempt, but another offensive rebound para dito sa Batangas City. Ablaza, handoff, Villanueva, another attempt from downtown, that's long. Malilin, they don't have the numbers, he'll take it and he'll make it.
10 points for Malilin. Nice to see him score. Much needed for his confidence booster.
Always nice to see a guy like Troy Malilin having this type of success here in the MPBL, especially during his first season. We all know that he came from the Ateneo Blue Eagles program or did not use his final 2 years of eligibility in the UAAP to be able to turn pro dito sa ating liga.
Oo nga, at maganda rin dyan. He should take full advantage of this opportunity. Here we see that move with the bump.
I'm sure that's a move that you're very accustomed to doing.
I like bumping before laying up.
Playing for a very physical team like the Ginebra Kings back in the day. Were you called the Kings already at that time?
No, we were, what were we?
The Gins ata.
Yeah, well we had, Gordon's Gins and...
Here Mendoza. The kick out, Malilin passed up on the 3, couple of dribbles, steps into the jumper and kisses it off the glass.
12 points for Malilin. Another stop needed to bring this game closer.
He's definitely relishing the opportunity that he's getting here under Coach Jonathan Banal because he did not get a lot of floor burn when he was playing for Coach Tab Baldwin in Ateneo.
Oo nga, iba naman ang mga katapat niya rin dun, ano?
Marami rin talaga siyang kaposisyon dun eh. De La Virgen from 3. All net swishes it through.
And we need to find out how many times they got a second chance opportunity and hit a 3-point shot. because that's been a lot already para dito sa team ng Batangas.
And you don't often see that because usually when you get the offensive rebound, you go for the putback inside the paint. But because they've been attempting a lot of three-point shots, long shot, long rebound. At pag kuha naman ng long rebound, three-point shot ulit and pasok naman at the second time.
Oo nga, but and they've got nothing to lose. Everything favoring them. Magandang opportunity. They're free to take the shot. And if they miss, they get that ball again.
They're playing very loose compared to the very tense play that Rizal is exhibiting right now, especially in this third quarter.
Ang tense play ng Rizal, dala na kasi ng Batangas sa umpisa pa lang, talagang kinulit na nila. Ced Ablaza.
That's another three-pointer. Ablaza has not been lucky with that three-point shot in this game. But, you know, doesn't really matter at this point because they are up by 15 to 35, and his other teammates have been hitting their mark from the outside.
To the viewers na kaka-tune in lang sa atin, no, we need to point out, oo, malaki nga ang lamang, pero this is not just because of offensive ability ng Batangas. It actually stemmed from the great defense being implemented by Batangas on Rizal.
Pero penalty na dito ang Embassy Chill in Malilin. Long on that first free throw. It's also the little things from Rizal. They have not been converting a number of their free throws.
And they've been giving up second chance opportunities.
Second try here for Troy. Finally gets that one to go. 13 points in the game for the former NCAA Juniors MVP. Now Rizal with a little full court press here to no avail as Batangas City able to cross up the half line comfortably. De La Virgen pull up from the elbow. Doesn't get the roll. Troy with another rebound.
Great transition defense from Batangas. No outlet pass made by Malilin.
Caballero had all the time in the world, but Charcos was there, right place at the right time.
Charcos getting that tap from Jordan Rios.
Mini run here by the Golden Coolers. Pull to within a dozen points. There's that three-point attempt by Caballero, and there's the tap by Rios. Ending up with Edgar Charcos, who gets that one-hander to go. Timeout here by Batangas City. We'll be back. Jolo Mendoza battle ready, 13.8 points during the regular season, 43.1% from the field, but up that in that game, in that series rather, against the Sarangani Marlins, 21.5 points per game, 50% from the field, 26 in that closer in game 2.
Oh, battle ready talaga, but right now, bugbog. And you know what? After going through that series, he is actually should be rewarded for, you know, a slight lower output kasi nakakapagod din physically and mentally what he went through.
But you know, that just means that these other teammates have to step up because they cannot just be relying on the production of Jolo, because this is a team that for all their success during the regular season was able to get production from numerous other players.
Yes, totoo yun. Tama ka dun, Javi. Everybody needs to step up, especially when he's not playing. They need more scoring, more effort, more team play on defense in all aspects of the game. Again, three opportunities itong Batangas in this one play.
Nangyari kasi dyan, Jolo was able to play big against Sarangani when guys like Malilin, J-Boy Gop, and Jordan Rios were not able to deliver, as well as Lawrence Victoria. So now, dapat magpalit naman ng roles itong Golden Cooler. So let's see if they can still use the time left in this game to be able to pull closer, and that's exactly what Charcos has in mind. Now 8 points in the game after that three-pointer and trimming this gap to just 9.
And that's his second three. Bigla siyang nabukas because nga rotate ng defense ng Batangas. Bigla siyang naiwan.
De La Virgen to the corner. Slight zone here for the green shirts. Oh, what a time for this to come. Very anticlimactic para sa Rizal. Just when they were on the brink of pulling closer, Jordan Rios fouling Jong Baloria on a three-point shot.
Walang hirap talaga. Si Jong Baloria nakakasana. As soon as tumanggap, handa na siyang tumira. Ilang beses na. 3 attempts on the left and then twice. That's his second attempt on the right. He's still trying to get that, that made attempt.
Yeah, he doesn't care who's in front of him. He will definitely hoist that up.
Oo nga.
Baloria was 2 out of 3 from the line against Bacoor. 12 points in that game. Actually, most of those coming in the second half to try and seal the deal para sa Batangas City, and seal the deal he did.
Full court pressure once again. 5 points for Baloria.
And Jong Baloria, for all his prowess on the offensive end, hindi masyado napapansin ang kanyang depensa. He's actually one of the best two-way players here in the MPBL.
Ang galing niya mag-anticipate. He reads the offense really well. Knows when to block the path or raise his hand to try to tap that ball.
Malilin of Charcos. He's been hot. Oh, another basket para Edgar Charcos.
Well, 10 points for him. Get it any way you can.
A chance for the last shot here for Batangas City. 8 seconds left on the game clock. 4. De La Virgen to Jong Baloria. 4-3. Yes, sir!
Basta ipukol mo, may chance pumasok.
All he needed to see was the ball go through the net 3 times from the free throw area, and this time getting one basket that was equivalent to 3 points on that right corner.
Ang natutunan ko sa mga coaches ko, paano mo malalaman na papasok ang tira kung hindi mo itira?
Tama naman yan. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and then Jong Baloria definitely embodying that mentality. 8 puntos na po sa laro na to. Itong si Jong Baloria, and 5 of those coming in the third quarter. 56-43. We'll be back with the fourth and final frame. Back here live at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum at the heart of Zamboanga City. You're seeing the crowd here, the lovely faces inside our venue in anticipation for the home game of the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines going up against the Bacolod Bingo Plus. That's going to happen later on at 9 o'clock p.m. Of course, we are also going to be live on 1PH. Now we are live on 1 Sports Plus and of course on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Javi Palanya together with Coach JB Gayoso and Ms. Mika Abesames at courtside, bringing you the action 56-43 as we enter our final frame here in our first game of the South Division semifinals.
Here we see our quarter scoring, 16-13 favoring Batangas in the first, 17-7 in the second quarter. 23 tied ball game, 23-23 in the third.
High scoring, the third quarter, the highest so far in this game by both squads. Ambuluto making his first appearance and right away creating impact.
And there you see another example of reacting after the pass. Habang ang defense ng Batangas is preventing things from happening.
Caballero from way out. That's another ill-advised shot. Tap for the rebound. Ends up with goal. And he gets 2 points on the stick back.
Well, a lot of the second chance opportunities are because of J-Boy Gob. Great effort on his part.
But he has gone silent in the middle quarters, coach, after going off for 4 points in the first frame.
Matagal nga siyang pinaupo because ang ganda rin ng combination. Manilin started scoring.
Let's see here if he can create some sort of ripple para sa Rizal. Ambuluto airballs that perimeter J, not really his cup of tea. Charcos receives the outlet, decides to take it, cannot make it. Rios tried to swipe it away, but Batangas will push. Baloria, oh, great Pinoy step inside, getting it through the lane.
10 points by Baloria. That's experience, extending the step to get himself favorable shot.
Oh, Rios met at the top by Ambuluto. 13 on the shot clock para sa Rizal. Mismatch. Charcos has got the advantage in speed, leaves it for Gob. Great synergy by the two Rizal players.
Almost stolen. 6 points by J. Gob.
Score still, or rather the advantage still stands. 13-point lead, 60-47. De La Virgen is joined by Mark Cruz, John Ambuluto, Don Ochea, and the scorching Jong Baloria. Ball is tapped to the side. 6 seconds on the shot clock para sa Batangas City.
Deny the passing lane. Deny the passing lane. De La Virgen receives.
Capopres reaches for it. Eventually gets it. Caballero working on Ochea. Rios from straight away. That's through the net. A first three-pointer of the game para kay Rios.
Oh, nga, if I'm not mistaken, the first three-pointer I've seen every time we would cover a game. But he would have a lot of attempts. This time, pumapabor, pumapasok na. Never be discouraged by the previous misses.
That's right. Shooters shoot. Baloria. That's off to the right. Gob, another rebound. Charcos working on De La Virgen. Two former collegiate stalwarts in the NCAA. Of course, Edgar Charcos coming out of the University of Perpetual Help. Samantalang si MJ De La Virgen, a star from Jose Rizal University. Caballero, the in and out. And the no-look to Jordan Rios for 3.
Happy for him, he made that shot. Kailangan na rin kasi this guy goes all out on trying to get second chance opportunities. Biglang binyayaan siya ng isang tres.
Oh, he was 0 out of 2 against Sarangani. Finally getting one to go. That was also his first basket of this game. Caballero, the pass. Capobres from the perimeter. In and out. Apinan with the board. 60-50 is the score. Coach, what do you see here happening for Rizal as they try to climb back and make this competitive?
Well, right now they need to throw away yung pagod. They just have to chase and challenge all the shots. And here we see another free shot. And they need to score on this run. Great foul there by De La Virgen.
Stopping the fast break there as Jolo almost had a clear lane to their front court. Rizal shifted to a zone there, coach, and forced a three-point shot from Don Ochea, who is not really known as an outside sniper.
Well, you know, in this situation, siguro sinusubukan na nila lahat. Nakakapagod na rin. Limited manpower lang ang result. So maybe that zone will just help them coast and try to finish this and hopefully make stops. pagdasalan na mag-miss ang mga attempts ng Batangas.
Capobres. It's a screen from Malilin. Apinan switches up on him. Oh, challenges Jexter. That's short. That's another ill-advised shot by Capobres. He's taken a lot of those in this game.
Oo nga, no? I would prefer him to attack the basket because he has that ability and the strong upper body to bump someone and finish the shot.
That's really what he's known for. That also is what that man, number 22, is known for. Levy Hernandez, another trifecta.
20 points for Levy Hernandez. Another great game for him.
Oh, Mendoza forcing one up and getting fouled in the process. He is bleeding for his points.
Oo nga, nakita mo yung domino effect, the frustrating situation of playing outside, playing great defense. Suddenly, makita mo, Levy Hernandez pointing, he goes to the corner. Kitang-kita at tinuturo niya. Pero gumaganda na, libreng three, frustrating situation, and that's the reason why the offense of Rizal suddenly stopped and became predictable.
And you see on your screens the numbers of Sniper de Mexico. Levy Hernandez, 20 points, 4 out of 9 from downtown. Mendoza gets his first free throw. 2 out of 3 from that area. And you saw that previous play when Levy Hernandez popped out, Capobres was decked by the screen of Jexter Apinan, which Hernandez used as an advantage to take all the time in the world before he went up for the shot.
Sorry, Javi, I need to point out, si Levy Hernandez umiika ngayon. Meron siyang nararamdaman sa kanyang kaliwang hita.
Well, we hope it's nothing, but that's a near steal by Capobres. 5 on the shot clock for Batangas. Other three-pointer on the way. Doesn't work. Mendoza, another rebound.
J-Boy Gob never looked to his left side here at the front court. Libreng-libre teammate niya. Instead, he gave it back to Jolo Mendoza. And these are the things they need to be aware of. He had teammates running for the fast break.
You would also think, Coach, that because most of these guys from Rizal are composed of collegiate stars who have recently just went out of their respective schools, sila yung mga sanay na lumaban sa mga pressure defense eh.
Sanay, yes, but when you play against experienced players, nakakaiba because there's an intimidating factor there. Kilala nila na veterano tong mga kalaban nila. One thing nice about that you pointed out is come second game, totally different ang ipapakita nito because now they'll know, they'll see, reviewing this film, what they did wrong.
Apinan sticks it back, and that has been one of the stories of this match. Offensive rebounding, second chance opportunities. That in fact is one of the rare 2-point second chance opportunities by Batangas City in this game, as most of them have been coming off outside shots. Timeout muna tayo dito. Rizal down by 14. And back here inside the Vitaliano Agan Coliseum, he talked about this player matchup at the top of our coverage. Ced Ablaza versus Troy Malilin. Ablaza has been struggling mightily in this game after going for 13 and 13 against the Bacoor City Strikers. Now he is 1 out of 7, while Malilin has made up for his 3 out of 13 output against the Marlins in their last game.
Well, Ced Ablaza, makita natin a dismal performance on the offense, pero a lot of his teammates actually took the cudgels on his behalf. Levy Hernandez has 20 points and everybody else is scoring. Scattered scoring ang Batangas. Siguro sa gabing ito, medyo huminto si Cedric Ablaza. Nagpahinga.
Well, he does win the individual matchup, talking about Troy Malilin.
Yes.
But what is the more important goal here? The team win, which Batangas City is primed to snatch in this game. They're up by 12, 65 to 53. 3 minutes and 30 remaining. Linganay to the left. Villanueva for 3. That's strong. Serrano, swipe by Baloria. And he manages to save the possession para sa kanila. Heads up play by the veteran Rudy Linganay.
And Jong Baloria for tapping that ball. Alam nila ang ginagawa nila. And that's the reason why ang veterano, hindi sila tapos. Kahit hawak mo na ang bola, gagawa sila ng paraan to get that ball back.
Batangas City, they're gonna milk the clock here. Apinan soars. And he will be fouled in the air.
Earlier, I mentioned J-Boy Gob not looking to make an outlet pass. It's the look that changes everything. Apinan looked to his left, got Capobres committed, and that's why he found an easy path to the basket. Now he's on the line trying to get another point.
That's just experience for you, but despite the vast experience Dexter has had in his career, the free throw shooting has never been kind to him.
Oo nga.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Unfortunately, ang free throw shooting ni Dexter hindi pa rin subok at kompleto.
So it's not brought to you by that advertisement anymore. Hindi pumasok
Capobres gets the jumper to go. This is just a 10-point lead. Still very much manageable para sa Golden Coolers. But they need to string together some stops here. They shift back to a man-to-man. Malilin. Over onto Apinan. Linganay gets it to Dexter. Jong, the quick trigger. Dagger right there. Courtesy of Jong Baloria. 13 points now in the game. Reminiscent of his performance against the Strikers, where he also played a similar role in quashing the hopes of the Strikers.
Oo nga, ang matindi doon, kinain talaga nila yung oras, yung ball possession nila. Took the shot with the second remaining at pamatay pang tres.
What a very frustrating moment para sa Rizal. That was actually, you could say, good defense because there was a hand up by Rizal. Kaya lang, John Baloria, he said it earlier, doesn't really matter what kind of defense is in his face or at his front. He will definitely shoot it.
One of the few guys I know na dito sa liga natin na pagka tumanggap, nakakasanan. Ready na to shoot.
(68-57). 11-point lead for Batangas City. Full court press once again by Rizal. 2 minutes and change remaining here in this game. Later on, we will be having the home squad, the Zamboanga Families brand Sardines, going up against the Bacolod Bingo Plus, who upset the Jensen Warriors in their own quarterfinal matchup dito sa ating South Division. Last 2 minutes here. Coach, go ahead.
Sorry, Javi. Just a thought, no? Because you really have to regroup and prepare for the next game. But finally, Jolo Mendoza hits a 3. Much needed 3, 7 points for him. So it's inevitable. They're gonna meet again. Regardless of what they do itong Rizal to prepare, they have an added thing against them, which is they'll be playing in Batangas City.
That's going to be a tall order considering how wild the crowd of Batangas City has been in their past game. And they're sure to be bringing that kind of energy once again as they defend home court, this time against the Golden Coolers. That's a miss by Baloria, but another offensive rebound yet again para sa Batangas.
Kaya hindi nahihiyang, hindi gun-shy ang Batangas because they know they have active members of their team who will get offensive rebounds.
Even a guy like Joshua Gonzalez, who is not really a known outside shooter, not afraid.
Not afraid anymore kasi ang dami nga nilang teammate umaatake to get that rebound.
Batangas is in the penalty, but itong Rizal still have 3 fouls to give, or rather 4 fouls to give. Mendoza, step back jumper, too strong, gets his own miss. This time from the perimeter, still no go. It has just been that kind of day para kay Jolo Mendoza. A struggle after going for 26 points, 8 out of 15, 53.3% from the field to close out the Sarangani Marlins.
Despite the situation, the outcome of this game, everybody knows that it was a toss-up actually who would take this first game. At nakita natin, umarangkada ang Batangas Embassy. Babawi, titingnan natin kung paano babawi ang Rizal Golden Coolers.
In this game, it was just a matter of who set the tone at the beginning, and Batangas City definitely was the team that made that happen. We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. On the win, Rudy Lingana putting the finishing touches on this Game 1 victory in their very own best-of-3 semi-final matchup here in the Southern Division. Itong Rizal have a lot to think about and prepare for going into Game 2 in Batangas City. That's going to be a tall order for them. Sabi nga natin kanina, they're going to be going against a home team in Batangas City.
And they should start tonight habang fresh pa sa utak nila ang nangyari, and they're gonna be here in Zamboanga anyway. Might as well discuss what happened.
Although it was a great team effort by the players of Coach Xolo Villanueva, it was a no-brainer to pick this guy, Levy Hernandez, as player of the game. This is brought to you by OK Bet, the official partner of the MPBL, with OK Bet on the win. 20 points, 4 out of 10 from three-point country.
Tsaka great defense and great leadership on his behalf.
Levy Hernandez is with Mika Abisamis. Go ahead, Mix.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko nga ngayon ng best player of this ball game na si Levy Hernandez. Levy, unang-una, congratulations sa'yo. Pero gusto ko rin kumustahin yung kaliwang leg mo. Mukhang umiika ka kanina.
Nag-cramps ako eh. So, kasi hindi ako nakatulog ng maayos kasi namabahay ako eh. Late na ako nakatulog. So, yan. Medyo...
At alam mo, sabi mo rin sa akin kanina na dapat mas extra aggressive against Rizal dahil nga dun sa naging series nila against Sarangani. At yun nga ang pinakita mo dito ngayong gabi.
Ayun nga, kasi yun ang sinasabi lang sa amin ni Coach namin na hindi kami pwedeng offense lang dito eh. Kailangan namin yung depensa namin magpapanalo sa game.
Maraming salamat at baka meron ka mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan.
Binabating pala yung wife ko, nasa bahay yung baby ko, si Sia, si Kim, Quina, mama at papa ko, taga Santa Maria, Mexico, Pampanga, yung pinsan ko, si Rio Montano, lahat ng Miranda, Hernandez family, lahat ng tropa ko, sa misis ni John Ray, si Rochelle, happy birthday sa'yo. God bless.
Maraming salamat and congratulations once again. That was Levy Hernandez. This player of the game is brought to you by OK Bet, the official partner of the MPBL, with OK Bet on the win. Balik sa inyo, happy Coach JV.
Thank you so much, Mika. Once again, congratulations to Levy Hernandez and the rest of the Batangas City Embassy Chill as they get one up against the Rizal Xentro Mall Golden Coolers. Up next at 9 o'clock, we have the Bacolod Bingo Plus going up against the home squad, the Zamboanga Families brand Sardines. That's going to happen at 9 p.m. live on 1PH. For my partner, Coach JV Gayoso, and for our courtside reporter, Ms. Mika Abisames, this has been Javi Palana. Join us later for Game 1 of Zamboanga versus Bacolod. This has been the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.